What up? Still coming to you live from 844 Imports. If you saw my last video, we drove and checked out this Accord wagon, we saw the Hiace, and we drove and checked out this Honda SMX. And I wanted that to be a separate video because, as you guys know, I am a Jimny fanboy. I've owned 2 Jimnys, 2 JA11s. I built a super cool one on my last one. Allison, if you're watching, I hope you're still taking care of that bad boy. But this guy is a JB33. So this is a 1998 Suzuki Jimny wide, and the wide means is that you actually got some bumpers and you can tell that it has some over fenders. Unfortunately, like I mentioned, this is not a K car, so it kind of goes against what I love, which is K cars, but the interior and everything is pretty much exactly the same. The only thing that this doesn't have is a 660 motor, which is probably the biggest difference, and then it is a little wider. But in today's video, we're definitely gonna drive this bad boy. I'm gonna show you guys some of the features. I'm interested myself in some of the features because I haven't really went over this car. I've never even seen one of these before. I've seen the JB23s, which is the K car version of this, but this is a JB33. With that being said, let's check out the passenger side. So 2 things that I instantly love about the newer Jimnys is that we now get a driver and passenger airbag. That gives us a little more peace in mind. And then they now all have power windows. So roll-up windows are cool. They're old 90 JDM cars. It's not that big of a deal, but you know, it's a little more comfortable to not have to roll this window all the way down and reach over and do all that. Space-wise, it's always been really comfortable if you have just 2 people in the car. I'm gonna sit back here and see if they made any improvements, but if you have one of the older Jimnys, you know that these seats are basically useless unless you get the aftermarket rails. Something else I know I'm gonna like if I buy one of these is that I can now put Apple CarPlay and have a double DIN. The older Jimnys only had space for a single DIN, and if it came out like this, it would block all my AC controls, so it kindly made it useless. This one, I believe, has 82,000 kilometers, which isn't too bad. It doesn't have the foldable mirrors. I'm pretty sure that's what that button does, but it does have fog lights, like I mentioned, power windows. We have little cubbies here. You got a Jimny wide book in here. You still pop the hood very weird like this. Love that Suzuki still staying true to that. Then we have the selectable 4-wheel drive. It's a 5-speed shifter. Ooh, shifter's actually pretty tight. That was something on the older Jimnys that it was so slushy. This one kind of goes into gear and stays there, so we're definitely gonna drive this. Now let's work our way to the back. We got the iconic spare tire cover. I'll put WBTF right there. These seats fold down flat like this, and I believe you're able to remove this, and if you're holding something, I don't know if it's heavier, I don't really understand what the purpose is, but you have like an additional like hard surface here instead of this soft surface, and then both these seats go down. I don't really get it. Someone let me know in the comments what the benefit of this would be, but both the seats go down and they have this little hard tray. I guess if you're bringing, I don't know, food, I don't really understand what the sense this makes, but there's not a lot of videos on JA33s, which only make me want to buy one even more. But then we have like little storage there, little storage there. We get seatbelts, which is nice. The older Jimnys did not get seatbelts, so we have that. And then we also get some storage here. We didn't have any of this. It was just a flat door card. Even got some cup holders. Look at that. All the amenities you could think of in this off-road vehicle. Here's a look at the driver's side. Power mirrors, fog lights. I love that both the seats are almost like bucket seats. They kind of really hold you in with that bolster. Got some cup holders there. Let's start this up actually. No, let's pop the hood. Let's pop the hood. Let's look at the hood. Unfortunately, this is not a K car, which means it's not turbo, which means I can't buy a Blitz blow-off valve and make this car sound super cool. But it is a 4-cylinder. It is a much faster, it's a much everyday highway car. But look at all that space there. That's probably where the turbo goes. Power steering. Everything looks clean. Let's start this up. Sounds pretty good. Let's see how the space is back there. See if a full-size 5'9" adult is able to sit back there comfortably. See all the way back. I mean, my knees aren't touching. I have a little bit of space. A little bit of space here, but do I want to sit back here for 5 hours? No, but it's not that bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad. And if this person is a little generous and they put their seat up to about like right there, now I'm chilling, I'm relaxing, and I don't think there's not that much space there. I think that person's still fine. So even with the seat just like this, there's a lot of room. Like this really is a 4-seater, because you can see my knees right there is kind of touching, but look how much space there is. It's about like 2-3 inches. So if I just move the seat up like this, I actually do have a 4-seater, which makes me happy because in my J11 I feel like I couldn't have people back there comfortably, but now in this wide, we're able to do that. So let this car warm up a little bit. Rear wiper works. Everything looks nice and clean. Let's make sure these windows work. Automatic on the driver's side. Okay, AC? It's okay. Headlights work. Tail lights work. Stock exhaust. I love the double lights too. I'm really liking this car. I'm telling you, this and the SMX are gonna be one of the first like non-K cars that I genuinely gonna love. First time driving a Suzuki Jimny JB33. Let's see if I'm gonna instantly fall in love with this, because I think I am. Oh my god, that fender mirror is so clutch. Let's make this left. I don't think this has the boost light anymore. Oh wait, this doesn't even have turbo. Look at me, looking for the boost light in a non-K car. That's how you know I'm really K or die. I'm over here looking for the boost light. But let's see, how does it drive? Second gear, 40 kilometers. I just drove that Accord and the SMX, so this doesn't have the same size motor. It's still a little smaller than both those, but it should be able to get on the high speeds. Ooh, the shifter is nice. The shifter to me is one of the most important things on a car. Like if I buy a car, like when we go check out that Honda Beat tomorrow, when I check that car out and it doesn't even have a shifter actually, but I already bought a brand new shifter and a brand new shift boot, just because like that's like, you touch this all day. Like when I had a sloppy shifter in my Jimny, I was just depressed, because like every day you're doing this thousands of times. Like this has to be new for me, and then the shifter itself, like the bushings and everything, have to be new, or I just hate my life. All right, so we're in third gear, 40 kilometers an hour. Suspension wise, it's still a Jimny, still an off-road vehicle, so it isn't as plush as the SMX or that Accord wagon. But I know that I feel like I can drive over everything. And it isn't as uncomfortable either as like a J11. Like even these bumps here, in my J11 I'd be like this. This car just feels like I'm in a 90s car, honestly. Reverse, everything feels nice. First gear. I feel like I could pop the clutch too. Let me just do it slightly. Yeah, like this car is quick. Yeah, it's like, it's a speechless, like. Yeah, this is, I think the best thing about like the Suzuki Jimny Wide and the Sierra and the Pajero Junior is that they give you a K-size car. Like I'm literally banging on the glass right now, but they give you double the motor. I know they take away the turbo, but the torque and the ability to just like that was just second gear to 60 kilometers an hour. When I had my J11, I think I was in like fourth gear, 60 kilometers an hour. It's just not geared, it's just not made for that. But when you get a car like this, it just makes life so much easier. I gotta get one. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I gotta get a J33. Like after just driving this just up and down the block, honestly, I've been driving it for like 5 minutes off camera. It's just such a huge difference. Not gonna lie though, I do wish I had the turbo. Having this car, having the 1.3 liter motor is much better for the highway, much better for your fuel economy, much better for everything. But when I rev it out, I don't hear, which is really like what made me love my Jimny so much. Like that was really the highlight of that car. Here's one last look at the Jimny, man. Tell me this isn't one of the best looking cars you've seen on the channel. I love that we're gonna start to get all these newer cars, and some of them are better. I think the newer K trucks are honestly uglier than the one we have right now. But this, not as legendary, not as classic as the JA11, but the fog lights, the rims, I think the white makes it even cooler. It's like a blank canvas. This is a very good looking car. Had to give it its full 360 just now. Maybe coming soon.
Remember the name. This is way before the fame.